One left. All right, hi y'all. I have Jenn and Lori here today.
Oh, there's the comments.
It's working now.
All right, cool.
Far. Mercury retrograde.
Retrograde?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a pickle cow, it is. Looks like it's working. I think so. Will the notification go out? Who knows? But we'll be here for about an hour, y'all. We got a few questions. Y'all watching that train wreck of a Senate trial? Well, I guess the whole thing's not a train wreck, but his lawyers, I told you, don't trust your freedom to somebody who can't spell United States. And then got up there and said, he's not president anymore, just go arrest him. His lawyer said, go arrest him. Like,
there's a great article on CNN talking about the 21 things he said in his rambling speech, and it was hysterical. The 21 most interesting things.
like,
it's hat day because it's bad hair day. Mine's full of static.
Lori's hair is fine. Mine
I was babysitting though, and I was like running here. I didn't think I was going to make it in time.
Mine looked like crows have been picking at it, so it's. So it's under here.
Mine just kept going whoop from static.
How cold is it there? Were both of you?
Oh gosh, I haven't
22.
looked. I think we're supposed to get up to 18 today, but we're dropping below 0 every night.
Wow. What about you, Johnny?
We're 22 right now.
We're 13.
Wow. And you got more snow, right? Or are you getting more today, Johnny?
It's supposed to not snow today, but it's going to snow tomorrow.
Okay. I thought
It snowed yesterday, so it's plenty of it out there, that's for sure.
There's a nasty ice storm going across from Texas through Arkansas and Tennessee, all the way across and up into Ohio. They had 100-car pileup in Fort Worth, Texas, and they had I think it was like a 30-car pileup in Austin.
Mm.
Wow, that's terrible.
Thank you, Stacy. Yeah, we have a giant hill that comes, to get up to the house. My brother, he has to do this pretty much every time it snows like this. He has to go up one hill in the opposite direction and basically speed through the stop sign and the stoplight in order to gain enough momentum to get up the hill. Thank you, Prairie. And thank you, the face painter. So you have to run the light and the stop sign just to get up the hill. So he because if you stop, then you don't get enough momentum to get up the hill because they didn't do the street last night. They had to come this morning.
Wow. I have never driven in snow because I learned how to drive in Florida. So I just wouldn't be able to live. That would freak me out and I wouldn't know how to do it.
It's horrible. I'm glad I don't drive nowhere. It's hard enough walking in the snow.
Ice you can't drive in. Like idiots, if there's ice on the road, stay home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the very least, slow down. That's what is happening here is people are just sliding into each other.
Even experienced drivers cannot drive on ice.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to start, and we'll give it one more minute. I always start in 5 minutes.
They found this weird Amazon river fish in the Caloosahatchee River, just, 2 miles from my house. And they're saying it's an invasive species. It's really big. It's huge. Let me look for the name of it. And I want to see. And then they just found a carcass of one off of Cayo Casa, which is a barrier island here. And so it's like there's 2 in just like 3 days. And I'm wondering what the hell is.
There's a second time now.
There's a Chinese fish that invaded a bunch of freshwater places in the U.S. It's like people get these as exotic pets and then they dump them out. I really wish they'd stop the exotic pet trade.
And it's like that, and the murder hornets, and that stuff is not native to here.
Amazon River fish.
It's like the pythons they dumped in the Everglades. Just
Oh my God. And they just found one of those huge ones up in Port Charlotte, which in Inglewood, and they never go that far north. So they're just like invading. Florida's getting taken over by crazy people and crazy things.
Oh.
And then Biden's going to lock us all in so we can't travel. And so
you gotta stay there with your foreign fish and
put a bubble over. All the crazy stay here, please.
And just Satan and Biden are going to have a come to fisticuffs. Here it is, River Monster in Caloosahatchee. This is just craziness. Amazon River Monster. What's next?
All the way in Florida.
Ooh, they're gonna be stuck with that for a while. River Monster.
Next Bigfoot, probably.
That's sudden. Yeah, there's an opportunity for them to breed.
Arapaima from the Amazon River. How did that get here?
It bullies the other fish, so to speak.
So it upsets the ecosystem.
Yeah, the other fish families. Yes, it will stay there for a while. There's scientists, I think, coming in to investigate, but
wow, it can get up to 10 feet long and weigh a couple of 100 pounds at least.
Yeah, they keep saying, just like the last time, if you catch one, turn it in, don't keep it, don't throw it back. Turn it into your local.
Good Lord.
I feel like they're going to try to do something that stops it from mating.
Wow.
From spawning, you know?
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to.
I don't know how they'll do that, but I got temperance on that too. Like, stop it from spawning.
Shock the water. Yeah. Well, speaking of shock therapy, though, Donald Trump, how's he doing emotionally speaking? His entire world hangs in the balance, it seems like, and he has freaking frack Dumb and Dumber representing him.
He's got 4 lawyers, and they're all just. I mean, one of them called him an effing criminal, you know, and now he's trying to backtrack that. Vanderveen or whatever his name is.
I don't understand.
What is Trump's emotional status? Do we have a card for that?
Ace of Cups overflowing.
Oh, man.
He's like, oh. He's watching the trial. He's watching it big time.
Fixated.
He thinks he's going to get away with everything, but you know, he's watching the trial that challenges all the truth that keeps coming out in Illumination. He's people he worked with, you know, collaborated with. But he thinks he's going to get away with it. He thinks he's got like some kind of secret agenda going on as the emperor. He thinks he's going to get away with it.
What are you getting, Johnny?
What you get?
I got all cups, just like Jenn did at first, but then it's like everybody is telling him what he wants to hear, that he's going to continue to be the star and he's going to get away with it. Well, he was very emotional and weirded out, but now he's like completely hopeful. And I have the Fool card right in the middle, so.
Emotionally speaking, he's pushed out Five of Pentacles. He feels isolated and alone naturally because he's supposed to. There is a lot of I am king and conqueror emotion. I think this is after he medicates, that he has some sort of big girl panty moments to where he thinks he's
Still in charge.
he still thinks he's powerful. But mind you, it is also those around him that is feeding him this story. And there might be some manipulation here in the family that you are still great, you are still wonderful, you are still magnificent, and it's more than likely coming from a woman. And I think it's either girl one or it's his wife. But somebody is telling him he's still great, but no, he's in a bad place. He's going to start acting out, which brings us to the other question of, does he have a secret Twitter? Because he needs to vent.
Yeah, one of the viewers commented on a video I did a couple of days ago and said it was something like John Citizen. That's what it was. Something like that. Has anyone heard that? All right, where am I?
Does he have a secret Twitter? He needs. Now, it's wondering thing though that if he has a secret Twitter and nobody really knows that's him, a narcissist, can he stand the fact that people don't know that's him?
I don't think so.
Does he have a secret?
I haven't seen, I haven't been on MeWe or anything in the last, I don't know if he's on any of those platforms, is he?
I don't know any of them. I have one of pretty much all of them, but I don't ever go on there.
His thing was Twitter. He loved Twitter.
Because he's a 14-year-old girl inside.
That's an insult to 14-year-old girls.
Not the horrible ones.
I think he does.
I do too.
I think he does. What do I have on the bottom? Oh, Wheel of Fortune. He's showing up like, it was funny. I was like in disguise as the King of Wands because he usually shows up as either King of Pentacles, Emperor, or the Fool. He's showing up as King of Wands. His challenge is, the heartbreak over being blocked from Twitter, but gaslighting and communicating, and Four of Pentacles, clinging, and a yes card, the Ace of Swords. I would say yes. He is still collaborating on Twitter, still trying to create anxiety, still trying to bully. Knight of Swords, he's still being erratic on Twitter. But I think they're going to find out, because I got the Tower card, like in the structure of Twitter, they're going to find out who he is.
What you get, Lori?
I think he's really bummed out that he can't be himself. And he got delayed or pulled or hung. He got the hook, basically. So but then someone else is helping him with it. I think it's a female because I've got the Queen of Wands here too. Did you get the Queen of Wands or King of Wands?
King of Wands.
Okay. So yeah, this is a yes for me. So
it's interesting. It's a comment. He made the fake phone call. Back in the day, there's a recording of him being his own agent.
Yeah.
I can now see that yes, he could have a fake Twitter and be all right with not being known, as long as he still gets to spew what he wants to spew. I think, however, that might be someone who created it for him. So he reached into his community and they work for him, or at least work around him day after day. He doesn't truly understand why he was taken off of Twitter in the first place. He wants to also climb back to the prominence he had before, but he doesn't really know how to do that. I think that if they were to find out that he would be banned from there too, because it's against Twitter's terms of service agreement or something of that nature. In time, he will be found out, though. And somebody will find out who it is or who he is or something like that. But yes, he does have another Twitter.
Who he be?
Right.
Who he be?
Now, mind you, he couldn't do Parler because he wanted a stake in Parler. Like he wanted a piece of the actual company in order to join, is what some article I read said. That's why he never joined Parler when they were trying to recruit him in the first place.
Somebody's asking what your deck was, Johnny. Do you know?
Luminous Tarot, I believe.
Oh, it's Pat. Hey, Pat.
But you got the hangman too, right, Johnny?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Lindsey Graham says that there are enough votes to acquit. Is that true?
Is that true? Is anything that Lindsey Graham says comes true?
Or is he just trying to put fear in everybody?
When he said they hate my guts, that was true.
That was true.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day. This has no hands, then it's pretty much true. Do they have enough votes to acquit?
Lindsay's trending all over Twitter with how disappointed John McCain would be in him and all these memes of ghosts of John McCain coming after him.
I don't get how you just sell all your integrity for what? So I get that it is promised, but it is not complete yet. So there is still time for this to change. But here in the community, they are nearing completion for acquittal with the Four of Swords and the Queen of Swords there too, that the law might take a rest. So there might be a potential with the Three of Wands, but there is not a definite just yet. You still have to actually get them to commit to that, but there is a I'm not going to, so he can go through enough people to get to, what do they need, 34 senators to say, no, I'm not going to do it. And then he figures, okay, then we got enough to acquit. But they have not voted yet, so that's not promised.
Yeah, I get Lindsay's trying to cling to his power and his delusions here. This was an image thing, him coming out and saying that. Trying to stoke the image. The challenge is the Five of Pentacles. There are a lot of people that are conflicted about this, and with his other party members, there's an opportunity here with some like-minded ones. But I get judgment on Trump and the truth that's coming out. And I get major anxiety. Lindsay is bullying and fighting the other Republicans, and I get Three of Swords. He's going to be disappointed.
That's what I got. Right when you said it, I was like, that's my outcome card. So when we asked if he's telling the truth, first of all, we start off with the Moon card. So that's a big fat no. And it's like our guides are making fun of us, because it's like Queen of Swords is a challenging card. Like you already know he does not tell the truth. And so then I got all swords. 8, the 2, the 8, and the 3. So that's no. And I don't know if it's something else that they show. Of course, we're all saying the same thing. Something turns them. So.
Thank you, Desiree. I feel like a bunch of them just aren't going to show up to vote.
I saw that when you did that Sunday night, because I watched on another day because it went to bed early. But yeah, that makes sense.
And Becca was saying in the grand tableau she just did on Trump that it shows like it's a much smaller number of people voting, which will help them get to 67% that they need to convict.
So
I just remember what my other question was, Johnny.
Okay, let's do it.
Do the thing where he cannot run for public office again. So will they do that? Stop him from running for office again?
Isn't that all wrapped up into one big vote, or no?
They can vote to
acquit
him, and through the Senate trial and all, acquit or convict, and they can also do that one separately, from what I read.
Yeah, I just saw it on MSNBC this morning, and I wasn't aware of that. So will they block him from ever running for office again?
Which, I mean, I almost kind of hate to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I don't really care if they convict him or not. I would be all right with just, thank you, Pam. I would be all right for that. If you just bar him from office and take away all his goodies. Like, he doesn't get his stipend. He doesn't get his travel stipend. He doesn't get his Secret Service. He doesn't get the perks. Outside of that, I mean, I don't care about the rest of that.
That would be satisfying. And that would make sense because Rick Scott and Rubio, they don't want him to run again. So they would have, that could take some of the real evil GOP and get them to vote that way.
Focus on prosecuting the people who actually stormed in, who killed the officer, who did those things. Him, like, I don't even care anymore. Let New York come get him. That's what I care about a little bit more than this Senate trial thing, because there's GOP involved. Like, they're just, I mean, whatever. I don't care.
Well, we want him to be held accountable. So ultimately you're saying you just don't want him to ever be able to run for public office ever again.
Him, yes, but I won't be disappointed if they don't, is my thing. Because I don't have high hopes that they will. So I don't want to put myself up there just for them to tear me all the way back down. So I'm like, you do what you want to do. Just block him for never running again. Never, I really would like you to just take away his Secret Service and his stipends. Like, we shouldn't be paying him no more for doing nothing. He stole everything he could possibly steal.
He's a billionaire. Let him take care of himself.
Yes. Billionaire lies.
He needs to just go get the RV with Rudy and get it over with.
I didn't think there was a stupider lawyer than Rudy until Castor.
Oh, God.
God, he almost felt like he was a plant or something. That was really
We should ask that.
My mouth was just agape. I was like, what just came out of that guy's mouth?
Not in our readings is that they're going to have to start over because they have no idea what they're doing, really.
And that is exactly
because he found them, a week before the trial started?
Mm-hmm.
I get victory on the bottom blocking him from running again. There's an opportunity for this. The challenge is the King of Swords. That's Trump. Seven of Pentacles. They're watching and waiting, looking at all these peanut butter boys and everybody else, the insurrectionists. Thank you, Marie. There's going to be a surprise, though. And I get something about giving birth in the structure of the trial to blocking him. They're moving on from him, and that goes across the aisle, both parties. It's interesting. This Emperor card, like, he's supposed to be contemplative, but he looks like he's sulking, and that's what I'm getting. Trump sulking and having to defend himself.
Yeah. What'd you get, Lori?
I'm sort of getting a split down the middle. I think this is possible, though, because I'm getting the Magician as the outcome card. So that may be their way of saying.
Oh, by the way, for the stopping him from ever running again, they don't need a super majority. They don't need 67%. They need a simple majority.
Oh, very nice.
So
okay, that's why I'm getting The magician.
split. Yeah, that split, that makes sense. Might be closer.
So
Okay.
all they need is the person with the power, which is be Kamala Harris.
Yep.
Really? That's exciting news. But I still think he needs to be committed because it set the precedent, and we can't have like somebody like
Yes.
Holly trying to get in there and then tries to pull the same stuff because we were this close. I mean, I don't think people really understand how close we really were to losing our democracy. But I think there's going to be enough people that some GOP will throw it down. I think they'll say, all right, let's do it. So he can't run again.
So I get that there is a plan underway to actually do that already, to basically throw him out of balance. This is being cooked up here with the High Priestess and the Four of Pentacles in a small committee or a small group of people that are trying to do this. It ends in the Six of Swords, so I think they do transition and take his power from him. Because at the core of this is the King of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. So some bad news coming for the greedy king here, and it does come from the Democrats. So I think they do bar him from, and like you said, Lori, they do need to set the precedent. And Pelosi warned that too to her co-workers, that if you let him off the hook, you are setting the precedent that what if a Democrat does this? And now, okay, fine. We won't convict him either because you didn't convict that one. So if this is what we're going to do, then, wait till our turn so we can do it too. Maybe we'll storm the Lowe's and the Dick's Sporting Goods or something. I don't know, wherever Republicans hang out. Wherever they sell lumber and guns at the same time. That's what we
And beer.
Yes.
For guns and beer.
Guns and beer.
Don't forget the beer.
Okay. So let's look at his lawyers. Let's first look if Castor will even last.
Because we have Bruce Castor, David Schoen, Michael Vander Veen, and Julianne Bateman.
Okay. So he's got 4, so that's better than 0, which is what he had before.
Was Castor even in? I didn't see the lawyers yesterday. They weren't there, were they?
They were there, but they have not had their chance to speak yet because the Dems are still doing their thing.
Okay.
Do they need one?
They got to figure out what words they can use because the Dems are taking all their words. Whirlwind. Oh my, I can't say whirlwind.
So will he?
Floodgates. I have to say floodgates now because you took my word whirlwind.
I don't under. It just sounded like he got up there and was like, so there's this thing we're doing, right? So how about them Cowboys? It's like he didn't know what to say.
He rambled on and on about a story. I can't even remember what the story was now. And then he talked about some other stuff. And then he came back to that. It's like, oh, we're back to that. Wait a minute. What was the point of that story?
Wow, I didn't see that part. All right, so the actual question is,
will he last? We'll start there.
To the end of the trial.
Was he allowed in the room yesterday? Castor.
Yeah, we'd seen he sits there to listen. That's how he knows all his words are taken.
I missed something good there. Okay.
Oh my gosh. With friends like these.
He's talking about how great Jamie Raskin's video was, presentation was. It's like, yeah, he's
one of them is a personal injury attorney. Really?
Oh, they must be that and something else, right?
I would hope so.
1-800 lawyers. He called 1-800 lawyers.
He really did. He got him out the phone book, coupon, everything. Oh my God. I mean, okay. You go for it.
Go ahead. I don't think he's going to make it.
I don't think he's going to make it either. What did I get yesterday when I looked at that guy? Did I say he'd get cut? I can't remember.
Yes.
I'm getting it again. Like he's got a new job opportunity and getting cut. He's embattled in the trial.
Yeah, he wasn't going to make it.
And all the illumination, and Trump feels like and the Republicans here feel like he's just giving the crumbs of his expertise, like he's not doing a good job.
I think Trump already fired him. I think he already got on the blower and said, "You're out, out, get him out. I don't want him." I think he already did it. I can't believe he's even still in the room.
Not after that performance. So here with the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, he is hanging on for dear life. But there is a bit of a kerfuffle because he doesn't seem to be coherent even at times. And I think the firm replaces him. So there is some sort of new person, new opportunity, new extension. Like, hey, bring me in somebody else. The coach may be putting somebody else in from the firm here. So yeah, I think he's about to go elsewhere. Okay, so
yeah, I mean, 5 of Swords for his outcome. He's
bullied out.
Do they think he's guilty? His team of lawyers, the 4 that he has, do they think he's guilty? Because mind you, these are the same people, or at least a few of them, who represented Epstein. So it's not like they have the greatest judge of character in the world. It's all about who's going to pay me.
Purely for entertainment purposes, only YouTube.
I found it entertaining.
Do they think he's guilty? To his own lawyers, think he's guilty.
There's the fool on the bottom.
Well, you got the fool at the top here.
Fool must be card of the day because I've gotten it in just about every spread so far. There it is again. I'm getting a big fat yes.
What'd you get?
The Fool, 4 cups, and they know that Pootie was coaching him exactly how to get this done. And my yes card, the Sun, right up at the top. I mean, that's a big yes.
I get Mother Russia too involved in this, like in the create the chaos and do what you've always done, creating the chaos. He's stuck right in the middle of it. He's the inside man, basically, that pulls it all together, the liar in chief, and he causes the burden. They feel like he had support in the White House when he was president, and strength. That he used his strength in the White House. Yep.
Do they think he's guilty? I get no. I get they know he's guilty.
Okay.
There is the Fool and my Ace of Swords.
Wow.
Yes, they know he's guilty. There, however, is a fear that they know he's guilty. I'll just say that. I can't. I mean, yeah. I can't.
When you read with Lori, you have to say "afeared."
I can't. I just think that Pootie just fed him. This is what you should do next. This is. I think they were literally like on the phone all the time.
I think them and Flynn, because like he was considering putting Flynn in as chief of staff before he left.
Oh my God.
So March 4th.
Over Meadows?
Yep. He was thinking about putting Flynn in. There was a news article on that the other day.
I think that well, it more likely came from somebody else. The reason he would even pardon Flynn in the first place, like Flynn cooperated. He actually gave up information. That's not even a dispute. That he gave up information, and yet you pardoned him anyway. Okay.
And some
He's
people
got
are
more power
saying,
than you.
oh, wow, okay. And some people are saying that Flynn started Q. Quackadoodles.
No telling.
So what's our question?
Thank you, Miss Enjoy. March 4th, the happenings.
March 4th.
Yes. That is supposed to be the day that Donald Trump is going to be inaugurated on March the 4th, according to the Quackanons. Because March the 4th back in the day used to be the
The inauguration day.
now I'm thinking of what Jen said before.
Yeah. I am too. I'm like, but remember, these Quackanons think that Trump is still in the White House with Biden, hiding out in the White House, and that he's having public executions done on the White House lawn. That's his latest conspiracy. Really, for entertainment purposes only, YouTube. We obviously don't believe this,
Oh,
and neither do our subscribers.
So Donald Trump and Joe Biden switch faces. Whole bodies, but they say switch faces.
And now they're going to swear in the other one.
Now, Donald Trump is actually in the White House still right now, but he's doing executions on the lawn.
He's hiding in the White House like Bunker Boy or something, but he's doing public execute. Like, who's he killed?
Okay.
Yeah, like Face Off, Brenda. Yeah, but their bodies are too different. They're like, how can they? Oh,
You have to switch. You have to switch souls for that to happen. But even then, the verbiage, you would tell the difference. You'd be like, "Wait, you don't what kind of words is you saying? I ain't ever heard you say big league before." So now the problem is this is coming from outside of this country. And the sad part is it's coming from outside this country because they know that people inside this country would believe it. So that speaks to a deeper problem that we have in this country, that you have people who have no discernment. They can't say, wait,
we need
get it away from me.
We need mental health care desperately.
Like
the fact that so many people are believing all these conspiracy theories.
I can't understand it. Hi, Becca. Becca's in the house.
Hey, Becca.
I don't understand. I can't.
Miss Enjoy. Right. Executing who? Giuliani?
Yeah.
Or Meadows, apparently. Okay, so.
So you can bring Flynn in.
All right.
Why didn't you get rid of Pence then if he's doing that?
So what happens on March 4th?
Yes.
With the Quackers?
I guess whatever you want to look at.
What day is the actual vote for this trial?
Whenever the trial's over, I don't think they've set a timeline yet.
March 4th. What happens on March 4th? I got the justice card popped out, so I guess
That's my outcome.
I haven't done it yet. They think the devil will rise. As the star. He's going to come out of a cake on the White House lawn. Oh, I'm so confused. Okay, you go. Anybody go.
I've got the supporters on the bottom. Yeah, another rally or whatever, coming in all erratic for Trump here, and their challenge is to burden what's going on. So thank you, Courtney. So like burdening the trial if it's still going on, but there's a lot of illumination on this. You know, these are like-minded people with Trump. These are his emissaries that do his dirty work. Security is going to be much higher. So they're going to have to lay down their swords this time. A bunch of them are going to like abandon their plans. So I think they are planning something in DC, but they're not going to get away with it.
So I get that there are plans here with the Two of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune to for the future. Is my futuristic card too. So in time, they are planning to do something. Right now, it feels more like a rally because there's money and people behind this, and there's a very powerful man and very powerful woman, at least in influence and money, here with the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles. Actually, there might be, there's a powerful woman and a powerful man that are organizing something. So this could come from the Mercers and the Parlors and that type of thing. Mind you, the Parlor CEO got fired from the company, even though he's the one that created it. Because, well, according to the rumors on the street, he got fired because he wanted to crack down on the conspiracies. He wanted people to come in and be right-wing, but he didn't want you to come in and say people swapped faces and that type of foolery. And then he got fired. And then they replaced him with whoever. But there is going to be law enforcement involved. So it's not going to be like it was for the Capitol. They're not going to do damage and all this type of things. Mind you, these people are not brave. Do not go out and fear them. I don't care what the crowd size is. They all dispersed at tear gas.
Well, he's got nowhere to do a rally because he's not in the White House. You know, last time he had it on the White House lawn. He's got nowhere to do one unless he pays for it.
He's not doing one. This is going to look like a rally. Basically, it's going to be a bunch of people and some people in the crowd with the bullhorn, and it'll come and go, and then we'll move on to something else. It's not, like I said, don't fear these people. We are a greater number than they are. They can't even handle the police. They definitely cannot handle the rest of us. So just deep breath.
I think they're going to go into, when this day comes and goes, I think they go into some sort of weird hysteria or something. Like, and maybe they even think the body snatchers came and got him. I don't What the hell is this spread?
Invasion of the body snatchers.
Body snatchers. They didn't just take his face. They took.
Maybe we should ask, what's the next conspiracy?
Oh my God, this is just so weird. Look at these cards. Like, they're going to start something, and they're upset, and they have this hysteria, and maybe a secret meeting. But I'm not getting, like, when you get rally cards, do you get the 3 of Cups or 10 of Cups? What do you guys get for that?
Both of those. One is community for me, and the other one is like community of people that are different with the 3 of Cups, and then the 10 of Cups is they're all the same. So we got all GOP, or we have like bipartisan, basically. That's how I read it.
Yeah, I tend to get the 3 of Cups for the rallies.
Maybe they're afraid of actual death. You know, Donald Trump is supposed to be the Antichrist, or not the Antichrist, but I guess the second coming. He got COVID and then got well in 3 days. And then, according to some of the stories they tell about the Antichrist, he's supposed to be killed, basically an end to his presidency. And then he's supposed to rise again, mimicking the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. So maybe if he gets inaugurated on the 4th, he'll be actually the Antichrist. There's your conspiracy. Run with that.
He is too stupid to be the Antichrist.
Yes, he is.
Way too stupid.
So let's go into another stupid person, Ted Cruz. When the riot broke out and they started going through the halls of the Capitol, everybody was freaking out and running this way and running this way, except Ted Cruz. He dropped all his crap, and they were looking at him like, "Oh, get that guy!" And then they looked at him and said, "Oh, he's one of us."
But they've ruffled through his paperwork on his desk, because they were going through all their files, and they were reading a document, and it said that he was going to object to Arizona's electoral college, and they were so stupid they didn't understand that meant he was going to try to block Arizona's electoral college votes. It took him a few minutes to realize, oh, he's one of us.
So how does he feel about being a quackernon and a goofy boy?
He's been called out on video as being one of them.
They like him. He's one of them. Him and Josh Hawley are one of them.
In front of the whole Senate, he was called out as one of us.
Him and who, Johnny?
Josh Hawley.
Howard, yeah.
I can't.
Hallie is a howler back girl.
Oh, Lord.
What you got?
They said the quiet part out loud. They got Eric Trump syndrome. I got the moon and the lovers. So, yes, he's one of them. He knows it. They know it, but you weren't supposed to tell everybody. Then I got the page of pentacles and the 10 of wands. There's proof of his burden. So there's proof of this. 6 of pentacles and the emperor. I would follow the money to see who's paying him, is what I would do. Go up the chain to see who is actually, who Ted Cruz is in the pocket of, because it's not just the American taxpayer, as in he gets his little paycheck for being a senator. There's somebody else with very deep pockets and very powerful influence that is also paying him. The reason why he is comfortable being one of them.
Yeah, there's definitely some money involved here and sharing of resources, and them celebrating he's one of us. He's trying to move on from the riots, but the challenge is he's howling at the moon because he's involved in it. So this is going to be a rough transition for him. There is more information still to come out about Ted Cruz. I get he's going to get bullied by the courts and some strength pulled on him. So he's going to get strung up a little bit.
I got the big money cards too. So this definitely is a money trail right through this gate right here. It's even, these two together really mean money big, because like this Ace of Pentacles is the only, in the Rider-Waite deck anyway, it's the only ace that doesn't have the falling yards, So it's the only one that doesn't have, of the aces, that doesn't have it. So it really is man-made. And I don't think he liked them saying that at all, with this page crossing the 8 of Swords. And he's going to try to distance himself from that somehow. With the eclipse and the 8 of Cups.
Quiet part out loud.
I don't think he likes it, but it's true, but I don't think he likes it.
That's what he always does, like distances himself and then goes back in. And
yeah.
Back and forth.
He's going to say something coming up here pretty quick at some sort of speech at a building somewhere. He's going to say that.
Quiet part out loud is what I think of with Castor, the lawyer. It's like, did you mean to say that?
He's not president. Just arrest him. Let's do that. I like that idea. You're a good guy.
Oh, it was like there was no thought process. There was no filter, no thought process. Filter. Yeah, just.
They threw him off. He didn't know what, wandering in the dark, like I said.
He's got some Aries in him because he can't stop his mouth.
He's got some Jack Daniels in him too, probably. Oh, so someone wanted to know, are the senators in fear of their life? Is that the reason they're supporting Donald Trump? I think they're just horrible people. people, but
Are the Republican senators
yes,
fear of their life?
senators.
Because we know the dim ones are.
Oh wait. Oh, what did I do with it? Son of a mother.
You're getting a different deck?
No, Kathy D, or was it somebody else, sent me a painting, and I wanted to show it, but I don't know where it is.
Oh, we'll find it. We want to see it.
Give me a second.
So Republican senators, are they afraid for their life?
Are they afeared?
Are they afeared?
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Thank you very much, Kathy. I couldn't remember the name, and it was written on here, and I'm like, is that Kathy? Yes, it is. Okay. There is a deck that I have that the Empress card is very beautiful, and I wanted a painting of it. And I'm like, but I can't paint. So she painted it for me.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's so
That's
cool.
beautiful.
Oh, it is beautiful. Look at all the different animals and oh, wow. Oh, that's really wonderful.
I love it.
Didn't you just start painting? You just started painting, didn't you?
No, I got all my stuff today.
Got all the stuff.
Got my gesso. I got my brushes. I got my canvases. I'm waiting on sandpaper because I don't feel like going to the store to get it. So I've been lazy, and Amazon's going to send it. But other than that, I am just about ready.
That's beautiful.
It is.
Kathy D.
I would say yes, there are some that are worried about their own security, because that's on the bottom, and they're trying to protect themselves because people have died. And it makes them very anxious. People have died because of taking orders from the emperor. So there's grief around this, there's regrets around this, but they try to hide this, but they are afraid of the change that the Trump supporters bring. They know they're dangerous, and they can't predict what they'll do. So that's a little bit of leverage that's being held over their heads. What y'all get?
I get, yes, there is. It's interesting, though. This feels like one person that is causing worry with the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. It's almost as if there's one person issuing orders, and that's the one they're afraid of. Like, not necessarily go out and get them, but you can cook up enough steam to where Pence is now the enemy, or Pelosi is now the enemy, or not even Pelosi, but somebody on your own side, like a Pence. Like, Pence is supposed to be one of y'all, but look, he's not going to stop the vote, to change the vote, to blah, blah, blah. So go get him. And they can kick up enough steam without saying go do harm, and you can just take it the rest of the way. So I think there is a person here that is got some leverage.
I would say it's a Jeff or Josh Hawley sitting there with his feet propped up during the whole trials.
I don't understand why people can get away with stuff like that.
You think Josh Hawley is the one giving the orders?
I think he's got leverage, as Johnny was saying.
Okay.
This seems like it's a person with probably even more influence, because he may be paid by, Josh Hawley might be paid by this person too. Mm-hmm. But Josh Hawley is on the ground. So it's kind of like you can make sure that you start something, start a rumor, start a whatever. Somebody rich and powerful is more than likely a foreign influence, but
yeah, it's definitely about the money. I mean, it really, really is. And then if you don't do what our plans are, you're not going to get paid. And but they definitely are afraid. They're afraid to go against the people, like you said, and they feel like they're stuck. So they're definitely afraid. They're hoping, they're trying to get out of this, But I really do think it's one person as well, because I've got the Queen of Pentacles. So it's this huge money trail, and they're sort of stuck in this cycle, and they don't know what to do. Like, we can't upset the apple cart. We got to just continue with this charade somehow until we can get out of it. Not
Okay.
good. I think they're afraid.
Yeah.
Some of them want out.
Because they want to be reelected, so they vote with their pockets before they vote with their conscience. Thank you, Sunflower.
Yeah, especially Scott and Rubio.
So let's do one more. Are we going to learn anything new from this trial, or anything that we did not know before?
That's a great question.
Besides that Trump has the best lawyers.
Thank you, Sunflower. Are we going to learn anything new? What is that? What is it?
I just always, and this is Jen's fault, mind you. I ask a question, pull the death card, and I automatically want to laugh.
What does the Mueller report mean for Trump?
Death.
Just a minute laughing fit.
I don't know why that was so funny, but it was.
That's one of my favorite videos. I still go back and watch. All dark and ominous.
You must have laughed so hard for so long.
I did.
I watch that video at least once or twice a month. I go back and watch it 2 years ago. I get a yes. Something that's been the fact that this was going on a long time, like they were showing part of that yesterday, but I think it goes back even further. And the sneakiness that was going on in the government. They were trying to keep a lid on it, but there's a premeditation to this. There was a plan that was put in place, and they're going to bring out more of that planning part of it. Something about the plan to show strengths and to delay the electoral college votes. There's something about money that's going to come out. What's interesting is I had the Republican card on the bottom, so maybe ties to some of the Republican members in Congress. That would be hysterical. But defending themselves from the deaths, like trying to cover up how they were trying to cover up that there were going to be deaths. I think the main thing is something about the timing of the plans to try to bring the heartache and indecision about the electoral college votes.
What'd you get, Johnny?
I get a change to justice here. This is going to be everything Jen said. That's what I get as well. That we're going to find out that this was being planned a long time ago. I think maybe even back in June, July, some in the summer months, that there was a change to the police. Here with my King of Wands is my authority card, like police and FBI and things like that. there's a change to that. So there was like a changing of the guard to make sure that the doors were open so that everybody could get in, because you cannot break into the Capitol building. They were all let in. There's also plans about suffering and fighting. So some of this was according to plan, like they meant to destroy, or they meant to harm, they meant to do whatever it is that they were planning to do. They meant to do these things. These were not just happenstance. This is not just, oh, they came in and everything went crazy. No, it was amongst the crowd of willing people to do goofy things were people who were put there to do specific things to make sure that it happened this way.
They brought out the people that were dressed up in tactical gear, like trained professionals, like the Eric Prince type, Blackwater type guys.
There's also something about attorneys here with the Queen of Swords. There's something about attorneys that were also given something, that this may come out as well. There may be people who are on the take that part. Well, I don't know why that would come out or how that would come out, but there's some sort of lawyer here or attorneys that are taking money that were either supposed to look the other way or are going to look the other way or something of that nature, or not prosecute certain people or whatever the case is. There could also be, and this did happen, a promise to pardon as well, is what that could also be. This is gifts, secret gifts about the law. So there could be a promise to pardon as well. And there's also a directive about confusion here with the Page of Wands and the Seven of Cups. So there was a directive of go in and again, get a group of people to cause enough confusion while these specific people do specific things. So that part, I believe, will also come out, that there was a directive for confusion. That's what I get.
Yeah, I'm getting that too, that there was actual money paid to create confusion. And I also think this is almost like a part A and part B for me. It's the gift that keeps on giving. And I think the people, like the Publix heiress, I think they're going to be outed more and more about just exactly how much their money attributed to this. And even the judge's wife that paid for the buses, I think there's more coming. This Ace is a definite yes. There's just gifts from heaven.
There's more organization behind it than we realize.
But wait, there's more. No, I'm definitely, yeah. And we're going to feel really good about it. It's going to be good. It could be, some things could be a little shocking, but it's going to come out.
Good Lord in heaven. Well, thank you all for joining us on this little spur of the moment. Well, actually, it wasn't spur of the moment. We planned this though, didn't we? On this live stream, we will be on Becca's channel, I believe, on Sunday
night.
And today is it 3 Eastern that you're going to be live with Sheila?
Oh no, that was canceled.
Oh,
that was moved.
Then I didn't say anything.
Yeah, she didn't want to do it during the trial.
Okay. Why not?
So.
We can watch both. Well, y'all have a good day, and thank you very much again for joining us. And I'll see y'all on Sunday.
Bye.
Bye, guys.